Yes, that's right. I use the rubber thread to make this hair, and I have a lot to say about it. So stick around to find out. You guys know what we do here. We don't begin any hairstyle without first of all moisturizing the hair. But take note, moisturize on a clean hair. So I will evenly distribute the leave-in conditioner by those hair onto our hair. Go ahead and skip this part if you're not interested in it, but it is important that you do it even though you don't watch it. Anyways, I went in with a brush to brush out the hair so the hair is easy so I can easily access the hair. Next, I went in with moringa hair butter by Ado's hair. I evenly distributed that onto her hair as well. This will seal in the moist and also soften the hair, and it also grows hair as well. So I would, distribute that onto the hair. And next, I went in with a routed comb to start sectioning the hair. I'll be parting a straight line, or is that a slant? However, I'll pass a straight line on one corner, as you guys can see, all the way like an L shape. Yeah, not typically, because at the other side it went up a little. So this is giving like a V. I don't know, but it's kind of like an L shape, but the L went up on the other side. I don't know how to explain this, but seriously, you guys saw that. Anyways, I started already with my cornrowing. After patting out that, put that aside and I started working on this side, which I am currently cornrowing. So I will just go ahead with this pattern, with this step, cornrow all the way through. I don't want to go into details with this cornrowing stage because yeah, this is, I guess that this is not why you're here. You're here because of the trade, the rubber thread that I used, I guess, or you want to see this hairstyle. But however way, whatever reason you're here for, I bet you don't want to sleep on here watching me do the cornrow one after the other. Yeah, because it can quite be boring. So just continue watching this process, and I will chip in. I'll talk when need be. So what I said about the L shape, bending on the other side, yeah. See, it didn't go all the way straight. When I parted the L shape, it's kind of bended over, making it look like it was coming over to the front, like on top of her ear. I don't know how to explain it, but hopefully you guys understand, because I want the hair to look like a cap put on one side, the hairstyle rather, to look like a cap put on one side. You see how it looks? Yeah. So now let us get into the trading stage. You guys, it's funny how I began the trading with a Brazilian wool and ended up with a rubber thread. See, I never intended to use a rubber thread in making this hair at all. I never planned it. All I wanted was to use my normal Brazilian wool. But as I started this first one, I noticed how, big, how jumbo, bulky the Brazilian wool felt in my hands. I could easily have reduced the strands that I was using, but I just figured, why not try something else? Why not try something different? And also, not only did the Brazilian wool felt bulky in my hands, it felt, it had no weight, it had no structure, it wasn't thick as I would have wanted it to. Again, I could have corrected this with the way I was trading, but I decided to try another wool. Okay, and here is where the rubber thread came in. I had this laying around the house like a very long. I've had this for over a year. I'm not even kidding. Okay, I've had it for over a year and I've been procrastinating on using them. Even though that I've actually, used it once, I've done a trading with a rubber wool once on Adobe. I've only done it once ever, and it has been a long time ago, about 2 years ago or thereabouts. And I didn't like the process, the procedure, the outcome. So that was how I just ran from it completely until this day. And I decided to give it another try. And I have a lot of observation. I have a lot to say. But first of all, I guess I should explain the hairstyle before I can state my observation with rubber wool. This hairstyle is kind of like, while growing up, we called this hairstyle crosso. The cross screw end, the cross screw end. We called it crosso in my dialect. But that upper part where you have to do that kind of that thing there, so you can easily fold it. Yeah, that's I don't know, I can't remember what we called it, but watch how I achieved that phase. Just watch closely, okay? You notice how I wiggled the hair to make sure that it's not tight, to show you all how that it was not tight, or I tried not to make it tight. So this is how I tried to achieve this puffy part. Don't worry. I'm gonna show you guys in details with the next, with another one. I don't know if it's the next one, but another one. I think I have a more clarified video, or a more clarified clip showing how I achieved that phase. So stick around so you find out. And yeah, see, yeah, trading with rubber wool. It's kind of hard, or let's say it was a little bit hard for me, considering that I'm not used to it. I'm used to Brazilian wool, I'm used to yang wool, but not used to this not used to rubber thread at all. I had a lot of difficulty from the beginning trying to figure out, like, it kept on slipping off my head. It kept on slipping off my head. At some point I almost gave up, but I just kept on. I kept on, and later, before I knew it, I started getting used to it. So anyways, let me tell you guys my experience, or Adobe's experience, with this rubber trading before I continue with my explanation. So I've been making Adobe's hair for a very long time. I've done lots of trading, and if you guys know me, I always say that trading hairstyle is not as painful as people perceive it to be. It's not as painful as cornrows. But after my experience with this rubber thread, I kind of agree with people who feel like trading hairstyle are very painful, because I mean, a lot of persons that talk about trading, they always use the rubber thread. They don't use the other one. So I guess I now know where they are coming from. My daughter felt so much pain with this rubber threading. She have never felt the kind of pain she experienced with this one. In as much as I tried on my own part not to apply tension or pressure to her scalp, like holding it very lightly, I tried to do that, she still experienced pain. Let me explain this particular one first before I continue with my experience with this hairstyle. So I started off with two strands of the rubber thread. I started, threading just for a little bit, just to secure the thread onto the hair. And then I put the thread on one side, making sure I hold it down with one hand. And then with the other hand, I started twisting her hair in the opposite direction. You guys are seeing that, like I'm twisting the hair in the opposite direction, like anti-clockwise, so the hair is secured and don't loosen out. And then I bent it down, creating like a knot on that place. That is the whole purpose of bending it down. You bend it down while still in the twisted mode, so it can create a knot on that place. And after that, I'll bring in the rubber thread from the other hand that I held it, and bring it back and start tying it between the roots and the knot, between the roots and the knot, for like 3 to 4 times, so it is well secured before I now start threading out again. Hope you guys understand. She has seen how I'm wiggling it, so make sure that there is no tension on the scalp. Yeah, this is how I literally did the whole hair, making sure not to apply any tension to her scalp. But alas, it looks like it didn't work. Anyways, I threaded out the hair, till I get to my desired length, and I tied it out. You have to thread it out, longer, even though your child's hair is not longer. As you guys can see, there is no way Adobe's hair is as long as this length. But yeah, you just have to keep on and then thread, like just a little bit. And yeah, now it's time to corkscrew. I guess I probably don't need to explain this. You guys can see how I'm doing it. You just have to bend down. I don't know. I don't know how to explain this, but just watch closely. So back to our experience before this video comes to an end. So Adobe went to bed that night complaining that her head was paining her. At some point, she said she don't want to sleep with her head. Hey God, I was like, what am I gonna do? I was so scared that I almost started thinking of taking out the hair. We gave her medications. Finally, she was able to fall asleep. Even the next day, she still said her hair was painful, And that was when I came to the conclusion that experience with Brazilian wool, yang wool, is not the same as rubber wool. Now I understand people who feels like trading hairstyles are very painful, because they mostly use rubber wool. I mean, once you talk of trading hairstyle, you think of rubber thread, yeah? So I agree with anyone who feels like threading hairstyle is painful, because mostly they use rubber thread. Honestly, mostly they use rubber thread. Am I going to ever try out this thread again? I don't think so, because I don't want my daughter to ever have that kind of experience again. Though 2 days later, she was relieved of the pain. We followed it up with paracetamol, so she was good. She was good. So let me know what you think about this hairstyle. Will you be trying it out? If you will you be using yarn wool or Brazilian wool or even rubber thread? Do let me know in the comment section. Bye.